Welcome to Hollywood Bulletin. Today we're diving into one of the most daring, controversial, and influential shows in American TV history, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, a program that started with laugh and ended in a landmark fight for free speech. On September 17, 1967, something slipped past CBS's strict censors during The Who's performance. It was a moment that confirmed what many had suspected. This show wasn't just about jokes. It was a revolution. But to understand how two funny brothers from California became lightning rods for political satire, we must go back to tragedy. Tom and Dick Smothers lost their father, Major Thomas Smothers, Jr., in World War II, after surviving the brutal Bataan Death March and imprisonment in Japan. He died en route to Korea just months before the war's end. Their mother Ruth raised them alone, working tirelessly to make ends meet. That early pain shaped their humor and fueled the sharp edge in their comedy. Their big break came in 1959 at San Francisco's Purple Onion. Booked for 2 weeks, they stayed for 36. Audiences loved their blend of folk music and teasing sibling banter Tom, the naive goofball. Dick the straight man, their catchphrase, "Mom always liked you best," wasn't a gimmick. It was their real-life dynamic. By the mid-1960s, CBS saw potential. Desperate to counter NBC's powerhouse show Bonanza, they took a gamble on the Smothers Brothers. The network needed youth appeal, and Tom and Dick were fresh, funny, and fearless. The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour premiered in 1967 and quickly evolved from a standard variety show into a cultural juggernaut. Within 2 weeks, it beat Bonanza in the ratings. It wasn't just jokes, it was political commentary. They brought on guests like Pete Seeger, previously blacklisted for his anti-war activism. They made fun of President Johnson. They tackled topics like Vietnam, civil rights, and censorship, things no other show dared touch. Tom demanded and got full creative control. And with it, he assembled a powerhouse writing team that included future legends like Steve Martin, Rob Reiner, and Lorne Michaels. Together, they transformed television into a platform for truth, wrapped in comedy. In October 1968, the show aired the Beatles' Hey Jude and later Revolution, introducing Americans to what we now call music videos. They gave a platform to counterculture artists like The Doors, Buffalo Springfield, and Jefferson Airplane. But the most unforgettable moment came when The Who performed and drummer Keith Moon secretly filled his drum with explosives. When the blast hit, it knocked Pete Townshend back, permanently damaged his hearing, and sent chaos erupting on stage. In the smoke and confusion, Townshend grabbed Tom Smothers' guitar and smashed it. That image, an acoustic guitar shattered on national television, symbolized what the show had become. A bold, unapologetic voice shattering the mold of polite network TV, but CBS didn't like the noise. The network began pushing back, censoring content, cutting performances like Joan Baez's dedication to her draft-resisting husband, and banning an entire segment where Harry Belafonte sang over images of police violence. Even the president got involved. Johnson and later Nixon both pressured CBS to rein in the show. And by 1969, CBS had enough. They accused the brothers of missing deadlines and used that as a reason to cancel the show, even though it was still one of the top 10 most watched in the U.S., but everyone knew the real reason. The brothers' politics had become too loud for comfort. When Dick joked that Nixon was trying to find the off switch for the Vietnam War, it was the final straw. The Smothers Brothers sued CBS for breach of contract. They fought for 4 years and won over $776,000, a victory for creative rights and free expression. But by then, the cultural moment had passed. Their attempts to revive the show on a BC and later NBC never recaptured the magic. NBC's version started strong, drawing 50% of viewers, but tensions behind the scenes and limits on their creative freedom crushed its momentum. Still, they never stopped fighting. even when CBS invited them back for a tame 1988 reunion and a full 1989 revival. They used it to remind the world of what had been lost. The revival earned 5 Emmy nominations, but the fire of their original run was hard to replicate. The true legacy of the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was preserved in 2022, when the University of California, Santa Barbara accepted their archive. Legal papers, scripts, photos, it's now a permanent part of American media history. Why? Because these brothers changed the rules. Before Saturday Night Live, before Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, or John Oliver, it was Tom and Dick who proved that comedy could challenge power. They gave a platform to band voices like Pete Seeger, broke music boundaries by airing the Beatles' promotional films, and let rock rebels like The Who smash more than just instruments. They smashed expectations. Steve Martin, Rob Reiner, George Carlin, and many more got their start there. The Smothers Brothers created a playground for truth disguised as jokes. Even though CBs canceled them at their peak, the brothers took the fight to court and won. That win didn't just protect their legacy. It changed television. It told networks that censorship couldn't be used as a cover for political silencing. And even though Tom later said, "We won the lawsuit, but lost the culture war," their influence proved otherwise. They opened the door for future comics to speak truth to power boldly, creatively, and unapologetically. From folk protest to rock rebellion, from political jabs to laugh-out-loud sketches, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was never just a show. It was a movement, a reminder that comedy, when fearless, can challenge authority, uplift voices, and redefine a generation. Thank you for watching Hollywood Bulletin. If you believe comedy can change the world, tell us your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss the stories that shaped Hollywood history.